Hello everybody, welcome to the Generic Happy YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I'm Amar, otherwise known as Generic Happy, and today Nintendo announced that on February 21st, 2024, they'll be airing their first Nintendo Direct event of the year, being a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. This Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase will be around 25 minutes long and will contain information focused on Nintendo Switch games releasing in the first half of 2024 from their publishing and development partners. Now, normally I don't really do prediction videos for partner showcases, either because they're going to be shadow dropped, or it's just generally really hard to predict what Nintendo will show off in a partner showcase. But this one is pretty unique in the fact that this is the first partner showcase that they've aired that is dropping the Nintendo Direct branding, Nintendo Direct Mini branding, which could be indicative of a couple of things. It could be indicative that it is going to be a larger partner showcase than they normally are, maybe containing some bigger third-party games, or it could just be that they're trying to make the Nintendo Direct partner showcase branding seem a little bit stronger. Because I do feel like whenever you have like the word mini in these Nintendo Directs, it usually means that it's a little bit shorter. It doesn't have as much high-profile items in it. So maybe with this partner showcase, they're trying to make it seem a little more stronger, a little more, I guess like people would want to watch it. But I felt like this, with that fact, this is probably the best time to do a predictions video for a partner showcase. And I do actually have some thoughts on it. I do feel like there's some things that we haven't really seen in other partner showcases that could appear in this one. But if you do enjoy this video, I do a lot of prediction videos on this channel, just in general, Nintendo Directs, Nintendo events, and discussion videos, as well as gameplay videos and Pokemon card pack openings. So if you do like any of that content, please feel free to go and check out those videos. Oh, and then if you do like those videos, like you listen to them and you do enjoy listening to those type of videos, feel free to subscribe and leave some recommendations for topics that you would like for me to talk about. Or, in the case of this prediction video, leave some comments below and say what you're predicting for this partner showcase. But with further ado, let us get right into the predictions. So for this partner showcase, I'm honestly thinking that they're going to do something a little bit different, and they're going to announce that they're going to announce that they're basically publishing a game that is using their IP. So basically a Nintendo IP game, like we've seen this previously in other Nintendo Directs where we've seen Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and some of them we've seen Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes. I think we're going to see that here, except it's going to be a new announcement, and it's going to be something that, it's pretty notable. I don't think it's going to be like a Mario. I don't think they'll do like a Mario announcement in a partner showcase, but I do think it could be maybe a franchise that hasn't really gotten a lot of, entries on the Switch, maybe an older franchise, but something that, Nintendo is trying to use to, flesh out their lineup for the year. Because something notable about what we know about Nintendo right now is that they don't really have a game dated beyond March, Princess Peach Showtime. So while I do think there's a chance we could see, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, like a new trailer for that, because that is made by Intelligent Systems. And honestly, if we're going to see any first-party content in this partner showcase, I do feel like that's probably the most likely. Either that or maybe like a Fire Emblem game, since they're made by Intelligent Systems. I do think there's a chance that we see and I guess even a Fire Emblem game would be a whole new announcement. But I do think we see at least one new announcement from Nintendo that we didn't know before entering this partner showcase. I don't really have any predictions for what that could be, because obviously, if it's hard to predict what we can see in general Nintendo Directs, it's even harder to predict what we're going to see in a third party or like a partner showcase. Because, if it's a third party game, it won't be just third parties, but it is pretty difficult to predict what we exactly will see in these partner showcases. If it was, if I could get a game made by Nintendo, that's a Nintendo IP that's made by a different company or a different development partner, it would be Kid Icarus. And I do believe the rumors out there that Kid Icarus is being, or at least Kid Icarus Uprising, maybe a new game, is being developed by Bandai Namco. But I do think maybe that's a little bit too big for what is right now known as a partner showcase, even if it is what I feel like it's not going to be called a general partner showcase. So I feel like, you know, maybe like a tier 2 below that, we'll see a game from like a series like that. I mean, it's possible we could see like maybe a series like maybe like a Rhythm Heaven. I still maybe that's a little too big, but you know, we just got another Code Recollection, and I do not believe that was made internally at Nintendo. So I could see maybe like a franchise like of that level where Nintendo maybe has funded the game. They've obviously allowed a different developer to make it, but maybe it isn't like as notable as it would have been. You know, maybe it's like smaller, so they can put it in a partner showcase, and it would help elevate the partner showcase. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. But other than that, you know, I think that is mainly like the kind of idea behind partner showcases for first party games. You know, again, Paper Mario Thousand Door, it's already been announced. We could see a new trailer for it, maybe get a release date for it. Maybe that would, you know, and that would help with the fact that we do not really know about any first party dates after Princess Peach Showtime. And I think also like whatever this announcement could be, if it is from a development partner that is using a Nintendo IP, that could also help flesh out the pretty much March to August timeline. Because I feel like we're probably going to get either a Nintendo Direct Mini or a Nintendo Direct General, probably between now and August at some point. Besides that though, there is one more first party game that I think could show up in this Nintendo Direct partner showcase. And I think that's just because it's technically first party because it's published by Nintendo in most regions, and it does use Nintendo intellectual property. But I do also believe it's published by Sega in Japan, and that's Mario That's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, at the Summer Olympic Games or the Winter Olympic Games. But in this case, it would be the Mario and Sonic at the 2024 Paris Summer Olympic Games. You know, I do think that's very possible. Normally they do have at least a game for the Summer Olympics, and we haven't really got that announced yet. So if I had to make a prediction, you know, I think if I'm trying to rank like my first party expectations for a partner showcase like this, it would be the Thousand Year Door, like a new trailer for that with the release date. It would be Mario and Sonic at the 2024 Olympic Games, and then something new, just something totally new that we did not know about going into this direct at all. Now, besides that, it's pretty hard to predict what else we could see from our partner showcase. You know, obviously we could see like Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. We could see a new trailer for that. Maybe something else from Sega, maybe a smaller game. You know, obviously Mario and Sonic is a prediction from that. But besides that, you know, it is pretty difficult. Another development and publishing partner that I kind of expect to see in this partner showcase would be like Level 5. I think they have a good amount of games announced for the Switch already that even with their event, I believe that's in April of this year, they could maybe like put a trailer into this partner showcase or like struck a deal with Nintendo to like get maybe Fantasy Life into this Nintendo Direct. And that, you know, if it was Fantasy Life, I think if it's Fantasy Life, I think that's the most likely one, and that's because Fantasy Life also does still have some sort of like legacy on Nintendo consoles, because I believe the first game was released on the 3DS, and the first game is actually pretty good. I've played it. It is pretty good. So I'm very excited for the sequel. But we could also see maybe Professor Layton. I think maybe that's a little too far off still. And again, if they're going to do like a full reveal of Professor Layton, the new Professor Layton game, I think that would be in their own event. That's in April, which there's also supposed to be a game announced in that event. I think everyone's thinking that's going to be Yokai Watch, like a sequel to Yokai Watch. Well, I'm not sure if it's like Yokai Watch 4, because Yokai Watch 4 already came out in Japan. Maybe like a localization of that. Maybe Yokai Watch 5 or something like that. That's a little besides the point, but I think we're going to see Level 5, at least one game from Level 5 here. You know, it is hard to predict. I believe Level 5 does have like 3 or 4 games announced for the Switch. So maybe we see more than one, but I think the one that I would like solidify as like one that's going to happen if Level 5 is here is going to be Fantasy Life, the new Fantasy Life sequel. Besides that, there's been some rumors that Penny's Big Breakaway will get a shadow drop during this direct. I kind of agree with that. It does make it a little weird because it's rumored that this direct was delayed from last week to this week. So it does make it like, would they be able to push a shadow drop off maybe about a couple of days? It's possible. Again, I think that's very possible, honestly, that we do see a Penny's Big Breakaway either trailer or shadow drop in this direct, and or shadow drop in this direct. We have also already been getting like previews for the game, so maybe that's a little bit more indicative that the game is releasing soon, and this would be the perfect avenue to release the game through. So I think something maybe from Nintendo, Level 5, maybe something from Sega, Penny's Big Breakaway. I think those are my like main predictions. What's interesting is that Nintendo does have like partners that make first party games, and I probably could have mentioned this earlier, but they do make first party games. Like Game Freak could be in this. HAL Laboratory, I believe HAL Laboratory's Part-Time UFO was actually announced for Nintendo Switch in this form, in a partner showcase format, which obviously those were minis back then, but still, if maybe HAL wants to announce like a new game for the Nintendo Switch, maybe a new Box Boy or something like that, I think that would be pretty cool. I believe when they did Part-Time UFO, it was Nintendo published it everywhere, but it was obviously I think a port from mobile device, like the mobile platform, so that wasn't like a new announcement. And again, it is interesting that they are dropping the mini branding for this showcase. What does that really mean? Does that mean Nintendo does have a new announcement in this presentation, or does it mean they were able to get something larger from the third parties, which could be from Microsoft? The rumor when this presentation was supposed to release last week and then was pushed to do supposedly this week, was that because of the Microsoft podcast, Nintendo didn't really want to interfere with that, and that could be because Microsoft was able to get one of their games that they said, one of the 4 games that they stated would be coming to other platforms, into this presentation. For me, I believe the 4 games did either are rumored or like leaked to a certain extent, and that was Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. I don't really know if the latter 2, if those could actually run on Switch, but I don't really know if Hi-Fi Rush can run on Switch, but I know Pentiment probably can. And I've seen a lot about Pentiment, so I would be really excited if it did show up in this Nintendo Direct. But if there is a Microsoft game here, I do think it would probably be Pentiment, and then maybe Hi-Fi Rush. I don't really know about Sea of Thieves and Grounded, so maybe those are also just as likely. But I don't also think Microsoft would probably put all 4 into the Nintendo Direct partner showcase. They'll probably want to save one for maybe like a state of play in May, or whenever the next state of play is. So I think if I had to put so far what my predictions are like in a ranking form, I think Penny's Big Breakaway appearing in the Direct is probably number 1, and then maybe something from Level 5 would be like number 2, Microsoft would be number 3, something from Nintendo and maybe something from Sega would be like 4 and 5, something around there. And that is for the large part, a lot of what I'm kind of expecting from this partner showcase. There's going to be a lot of games that I'm not able to predict, either because they're new or just because, maybe it's like I know I've been seeing a lot of people say like what people thought like were impossible ports being ported to the Nintendo Switch. Maybe we're going to see one of those in this presentation. If I had to, maybe say like a dream game, in my opinion, to appear in this Nintendo Direct, maybe not a dream game, obviously, because I've already said my dream game, Kid Icarus Uprising HD or New Kid Icarus, but I know there's been a lot of talk about Persona 3 Reloaded maybe making it to Nintendo Switch, or something a little bit larger. But yes, like something a little bit larger. But other than that, I don't really, there's been some discussion about maybe something from Square Enix. I think that'd be pretty cool. Obviously, we could see, I forgot what it's called. I think maybe it was called like Overlord Unicorn. I think maybe that's what it was called. or like Operation Unicorn. We could see that here as well. I think that's from Outlist. So yeah, we could see that. And I guess that'd also be from like Sega to a certain extent. But besides that, you know, I don't really know what else could appear in a partner showcase. I just really wanted to get my thoughts out there. And just in case you did not know that they announced a partner showcase, I just wanted to also create this video just to talk about it. But that is all I really have for you all today. I will be recording a reaction to the partner showcase when it airs on Wednesday at my time zone. And that's very exciting. And yeah, it is going to be an on-demand video. I think I mentioned that, but in case I didn't, it is going to be an on-demand video. So it's not going to be something that is live streamed by Nintendo themselves. So I would also be a little bit cautious about, you know, spoilers when it airs at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. ET, just because I'm sure there's going to be like, you're going to have the ability to skip through it. And I'm sure there'll be some screenshots out there almost instantly about what games Nintendo did announce. Or maybe if there's like a pretty large first party game, I doubt there will be. Maybe like I guess there could also be like a Warriors game in this presentation. My dream would be a Mario Warriors. I don't think that would happen. It would probably be like either like a new Fire Emblem Heroes, or not Fire Emblem Heroes, Fire Emblem Warriors, or maybe another Zelda themed Warriors. Maybe I've also been seeing like a lot of people talk about like a Xenoblade Warriors game. I think those are probably more likely than a Mario Warriors, but we could see a new Warriors here too, or something partnership with the Koei Tecmo to a certain extent. But yeah, that is all I really have for you all today. Again, I will have a reaction for this partner showcase when it airs on Wednesday. But until then, I don't really have any videos planned. I was actually going to record a video today talking about the recent reports for the from Nintendo's next generation console, and how reports are saying that it's now going to release in 2025. But I think I'm actually going to wait for that until this partner showcase releases, because I am going to do a predictions video attached to that. Like, it's going to be in there, updating my predictions for the year, just because now we do not have the Nintendo console probably coming out this year. So I just wanted to address that, talk about that, predict some things for that. But right now, obviously, if we do get something a little bit larger, maybe get a date for like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, I'd rather wait for that. Or maybe like Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, maybe we get like a date with that, maybe like after the partner showcase or something like that. So I'd rather wait, maybe until like Thursday or Friday to film that. But again, make sure to make you happy, because I'm Generic Happy. That is all I have for you all today. So I'll see you next one. Goodbye.